Hi folks, we're back again. Chuck K0XM with another video snippet on the 868-878. The button arrangement on either radio can be fully optimized to your settings. So when you download a code plug or something off the internet, you can go in and you can tailor this radio to operate the way you want it to, not the guy that created a code plug. So I'm in the 878 software right now, and this is the optional settings window. And as you can see, the first drop down box, the key lock, leave it at manual, folks. Don't lock the keys unless you absolutely have to. And this is version 1.09 of the 878 software, by the way. PF1 is the first button underneath the push to talk on the left of the radio. And here is all the varieties that you can set it for: voltage, power level, repeater simplex, repeater reverse, digital encryption, which do not use that in the amateur field. It does not work worth a hoot, and it doesn't compete or is not compatible with Motorola or anything else in the commercial world. You got a call button, you got Vox, VFO memory, your subband push to talk, scan, FM, which turns on an FM radio, alarm. This is used to silence it. The record switch, the 878 doesn't have the recording modules in them yet. We haven't figured out how to get them in there yet. Also, there's a record button. A SMS is a text message, dial, monitor. You got hotkeys, work alone, nuisance, delete. Work alone is one that you also want to not touch. Leave that unused, because it's going to, if you set the radio off on its side or anything like that, it's going to alarm every 30 seconds, and it gets real annoying real quick. One of the most prominent ones that you want to use is the digital monitor, and you assign that to one of the buttons. You can do it where you can monitor, you turn it off, or you can monitor one time slot only or two time slots. So if you're on a repeater and you have double time slot monitor on, which is indicated by a red speaker on the top of the display with two lines on it. One line is single time slot, two lines is double time slot, both time slot monitor. You'll hear everything that's going through the repeater, which is really nice, especially for us sysops. Got a sub-channel switch. As you can tell, there's a wealth of buttons that can be turned on and off. And right now I've got my PF1 is my main channel switch, which switches between main and the upper and the lower. PF2 is my digital monitor. PF3, the orange or blue button on the top, depending on the model, will turn the sub channel on and off. I got a VFO memory on PF1 short. I've got my power, transmit power level, it should say transmit power, on P2. Now, those are the short presses. Those are the real quick presses. You can have a long press do a entirely different function, and then you can set the length on how long you have to hold it before it goes into the long press mode. And then, of course, you got your four lock buttons. Leave them off, please. And by all means, do not put a password in the radio. We have had so many calls. I've got a password in my radio, I forgot it, how do I unlock it? You put a new code plug in it. You reinitialize, you put a new code plug in it. Hopefully you didn't lose anything in the process. So please don't put a password on the radio and leave your key locks off. Thanks, folks. Once again, Chuck K0XM. We'll talk to you soon.